Hello, welcome to BBC World News. French voters are casting their votes in the final round for control of the National Assembly. President Emmanuel Macron is hoping to retain an absolute majority in order to carry out his pledges to cut taxes, reform welfare and to raise the retirement age for French workers. But his ensemble, Together candidates, are facing strong opposition in the form of an alliance of left-wing parties led by former presidential contender Jean-Luc Mélenchon. Hugh Schofield reports.
It's the fourth time in 2 months that the French have been called out to vote. 2 rounds of presidentials that returned Emmanuel Macron for a second term, and now this, a chance at the parliamentary elections for his opponents, especially those on the left, to get their revenge. Man of the hour is Jean-Luc Mélenchon, the 70-year-old veteran of the far left who's forged a new alliance out of 4 separate parties, including the Socialists and the Greens. His tactical flair and savage and sarcastic attacks on Macron have, in a few short weeks, transformed the left's chances. Now it's an invigorated left and far left, rather than Marine Le Pen's far right, that's become the main opposition. For Emmanuel Macron, this week playing up his presidential role in Ukraine, today's vote is crucial. His centre-right coalition should still beat Mélenchon's left into second place, but will he get an outright majority? With turnout once again set to be extremely low, President Macron risks losing a lot of his seats in the parliament, to the point of having to make deals with other parties like the Conservatives if he wants any of his reform programme to get through. Macron's second presidential victory in April was a high point in his career, but is it about to take a downhill turn?
Well, let's go live to Hugh now, who joins us from a Paris polling station. You talked about turnout being low, Hugh, in the first round, 53%. Where are they going to go?
Yeah, well, they're not going to come back. I mean, they haven't come back to vote. That seems to be fairly sure. The online projections for turnout this second round are just as bad. So we can expect again that more than 1 in 2 registered voters will not vote. Who that will favour, well, it's far from clear. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, with his left-wing coalition, was saying that they had the biggest pool of reserve votes out there because the young like them. The young didn't vote last time in great numbers, so they were out in force trying to get young people, particularly in the banlieue, the high migration neighbourhoods around the cities, to come out, and they say that should give them a boost this time round. But if turnout is low, then there may well be no particular change in the way people voted from the first time round. And projections are that though Macron will win, there's going to be a big change in the makeup of Parliament, with this new left-wing alliance dominated by the radical far left, set to play a very important role in the coming 5 years.
Where are the right in this?
Well, it's a very good question, of course, because more than a lot of people, of course, will remember that in the presidential election, Marine Le Pen of the far right came second and did put in a very strong performance. But where is she in this election? Well, the truth is that some have accused her of kind of putting all her energy into the presidential election and of kind of taking her eye off the ball for this parliamentary election. Not entirely fair, because her party is never favoured in parliamentary elections. It's because of the voting system, the 2-round system doesn't work for them. But actually, when you look at what's happened in the first round and what's likely to happen today, she hasn't done that badly. The left, though it's capturing all the attention at the moment, because of this new alliance, hasn't really gone further than the accumulated scores of the separate parties. So it hasn't actually advanced. It's got a tactical advantage because they're united, but the amount of votes on the left hasn't gone up that much. The far-right vote has gone up. And she looks set to capture a block of about 30 or even 40 MPs, which would be unprecedented and allow her to play also an important role in the years ahead, in the 5 years ahead. So Macron, though commanding control of Parliament up to a point, would face these 2 blocks, far left and far right, who would be out to get him.
OK, Hugh, with the latest, thanks very much indeed.